बहुजन क्रांति और बहुजन नायकों को समर्पित दलित दस्तक का 2024 का शानदार बहुजन कैलेंडर आ चुका है। कैलेंडर छोटे और बड़े दोनों साइजों में उपलब्ध है। बुकिंग के लिए दिए गए नंबर पर व्हाट्सएप करें या ईमेल करें।
Dr. Ambedkar completes 100 years of his enrollment as a lawyer. So why doesn't the Supreme Court plan on doing something on the occasion? I must also acknowledge here the Union Minister was very gracious to ask both Uma and Anurag to stand up. A lot of these ideas have been shaped by my abiding conversations with Anurag. Anurag was my young intern when I was Chief Justice of the Allahabad High Court, and Justice Deven Upadhyay is here, Chief Justice of the Bombay High Court. And Deven brought Anurag one day to my chamber at Lucknow and said, I brought my young intern to come and meet you. So I had a conversation with him, and then he interned with me. When I came to the Supreme Court again, he came and interned with me. He thereafter clerked with me in the Supreme Court. Anurag himself belongs to the Bahujan Samaj. Anurag, one thing which I was always very struck by was his wide readership. The amount he read. He had a ton of books when his internship and law clerkship with me came to an end. About 4 or 5 young interns and lawyers in our office, the law clerks, all went with him carrying these tons of books with him. Anurag applied for a scholarship to the Harvard Law School. He was admitted to the LLM program of the Harvard Law School. He did brilliantly at the Harvard Law School and then came back and of course joined as a professor at the Jindal Global Law University. But he and I had a contract, and he said that, well, I come one day and come and work at the Supreme Court. And he's now part of our EVAM Center for Research and Planning. A very fascinating person I met recently during my travel to the US was a young woman called Disha Wadekar. And Disha belongs to one of those criminal tribes who are criminalized in India, the Pardi tribe. And we know, coming from Maharashtra, what tremendous prejudice that the tribe faces. And she has got admission for an LLM at the Columbia Law School. I had this very long and sustained engagement with her. And, both Anurag and Disha were together at this program which I was invited to deliver the annual Ambedkar Memorial Lecture at the Brandeis University. Brandeis, by the way, has a bust of Dr. Ambedkar. And Disha said something which really struck me in my mind as we were in one of those sessions. And she says, were it not for affirmative action, I would not be here today where I am. Because that has given me a platform to compete on an equal footing. I would also really like to express my deep gratitude to both Justice Sanjeev Khanna and Justice Bhushan Gavai for the statue which has come up. I had just the idea, but honestly, a Chief Justice can implement only something that his colleagues are supportive of. So when I broached it with both Sanjeev and Bhushan in the morning, and I said, well, I've constituted this committee and I'd like you to both get started.